Hello everyone, Jackie Ding here. By now, hopefully you would have seen my Blaze of Glory run on the Getaway show, where me and the little S2000 gave it our all. Well, I'm back home. This is 2 days after the chase, technically like 36 hours. Made it back to home base, and we're gonna dissect and go through everything that's happened to my poor baby. Have you seen an S2000? Well, you've probably seen an S2000 more wrecked than this. It's been like 15 something years, but I don't know I've ever seen one that's ever been abused like this on camera. Like, this thing took so much shit. I can't remember it clearly, and obviously I haven't seen the videos yet.
Have you seen anybody actually intentionally jump a S2000 besides Fast and Furious?
Someone must have, yeah, Fast and Furious, someone jumped an S2000. Suki did. I'll tell you now, don't do it. It ain't good for the car. So let's go from the front to the back, shall we?
Okay.
When you're in the heat of the moment, you try to get away at all costs. Well, now we ask, what was the cost? Well, first off, this is most of the tabs that held the bumper bar on has been unassembled. So this was bolted on, none of it's attached anymore. The fog lights, my two rally hella lights, this side disappeared. That sides are dangling. And I mean, they're not in the best of shape, but I think they still work. Let me test that real quick. Hold on.
Yay!
You gotta take the small victories in life, man. I say that's a success. Quickly around the side of the body, not much of the bumpers left. Some of them actually flew off on the highway. This fender is very buckled. Sorry, Al's Auto Body. They literally painted these 2 days ago, and well, now look at them. Under the hood, there is a fair chunk of damage as well. Well, as you'll notice, there was a lot of big puddles because unfortunately the day before of me filming, huge rainstorm in Atlanta. They pushed back the filming 1 day because to accommodate this poor guy that didn't have a roof. It didn't really help. Still a huge amount of puddle, and I ran over a lot. Lucky the engine didn't hydrolock. But everywhere else you see, there's a lot of just watermarks everywhere. Now, jump. We'll go to the jump quickly because I think, honestly, all things considered, I did more damage to the S2000 than the police, than the chase cars did to me. Because you don't jump a freaking S2000. There's a reason for that. Basically, this part of the bumper, which, yes, it is the lowest part of the car, I think it dug in. These poked into the radiator, and then just pushed the whole thing out. And obviously the radiator support got shoved up and everything. Funny enough, if you look at it, the radiator is currently held up by zip ties, so when it was actually finished, it was on the ground. But the radiator hoses are still connected. Now, there may not be a lot of coolant left in there because I love my Koyo radiator, but when it's dropped on the floor and then shoved into a freaking subframe, yeah, like right there.
It's like a taco wrapped around.
It's actually a taco now. It's a taco shape. When we take it out, we'll be able to see a little better. But yeah, sorry Koyo. I love you guys. The car lived a beautiful life, and the radiator didn't live much longer. Quickly down the side of the car, in run 1, this is the side that basically where I rammed into, well, I bounced off of a Caprice, disabled it, and successfully passed the finish line and escaped. Fender flares, taped on because color match and everything. Look at that. Beautiful.
Can't even tell.
Professional repair job. Wheels and tires, actually, Titan 7 and Nankangs held up beautifully. There are a couple scratches here and there, but all held there and all never be debeated, and everybody's like, oh, you're gonna fucking ruin those tires and shit. No, they ran over everything. They still keep pressure. We're probably gonna throw them onto Fiona's car and let her run GLTC with it. Fenders dented in, so the doors don't open. Pretty comedic, so I had to get into the car that way. Door, a lot of rubber marks, but if you look in here, this is probably where I scraped the Caprice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like all the way through. So I think the door cards protect maybe some of it. Well, a couple of probably burned into it now. Underneath, a little bit on the rear quarter. This, I don't actually know how this happened. Look, like the fiberglass flare is okay, but the metal underneath is bented in. So this bent, this is dented, this is dented, this is dented. So the rear quarter has suffered a decent chunk of damage, unfortunately.
Oh wow! Speaking of damage,
what
happened here?
There's an elephant in the room, and the elephant is the rear suspension, the rear left. This is ultimately what caused me to go out, I think. After getting to the jump, the radiator was kind of off, so I think my that was my death sentence. This just was a premature, like a bullet to the head. Basically, I turned right, thinking maybe I gotta check that side. Oh, it's blocked. Crank left, Crown Vic, into the corner. Bam. We still don't know what broke. I gotta kind of open this up, but most likely it's probably an upper control arm.
It's probably the upper arm.
It's probably an upper arm.
Yeah.
It's not happy, man. I've seen stance cars with less camber than this, and it's obviously got an unhealthy amount of toe out, so it crabs a little bit.
Wheels and tires.
Look at this though. Yeah, the wheels took a direct hit, and 1,
And look at this.
2, and a little bit of nick here. That's it. This thing is strong. Titan 7 knows how to make a strong wheel. I'll tell you this much. Now, I will say, this car survived this well, primarily because of the bumper bars. Okay, the bumper bars actually like took up a decent chunk of damage. This is the side that got hit so many times. I gotta give a special shout out to my mechanic there who helped me basically cut and re-weld this after the round 1, Andy. After the first round.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, after the first round, this whole thing was bented in so far that the wheels were exposed. The wheels wasn't actually damaged in round 1. The suspension wasn't damaged in round 1, but I kind of feared that it was going to be. So what we had to do was just cut, re-weld, and then just slowly bent the whole thing out again. So, and even added these little brackets to try and spread the load a little bit better. It's just in round 2, we got hit a couple times in this corner, and one hit I think finished this off, and also ruined the diff. The second hit is what actually broke the actual suspension itself. So honestly, if I were to do it again, I probably would double up on beams, maybe triangulate them a little bit better. So it takes more energy to bend them per degree.
But you have to consider, like, it's not the bar bends. You literally bend the metal inside. If you see the bar seems to be okay, but
It's
whatever,
not too bad. It's just
whatever the bar is sitting against got bent today.
It's not that bad, honestly.
It's not that bad.
Like that was gonna be sacrificial metal anyway.
Yeah.
Like my plan was afterwards we can chop it off anyway. It's just I didn't want to damage too much recorder, which kind of mission accomplished. Tail lights, those are fine. Wheels and tires to an extent are okay. Fender flares obviously got a little bit screwed up here, but this bar really took most of the damage, and thank you Andy for helping me cut and re-weld most of this. So we got it kind of to be protective again for the round 2. It's just the hits were a little too strong. Quickly the other side.
This side's not so bad.
This side's honestly not that bad. The fender flare fell off, like I said. This flare is ripped. I don't know. I don't even know what did that. I can't remember. I don't think this alignment is quite right on this wheel. It's got a little too much camber, so maybe.
It looks like a little toed out too.
Yeah, maybe. So
Yeah.
we ran through a lot of things. So this thing's probably gonna get fixed real quickly. And that wheel looks like it pokes out a little bit too much. So maybe the subframe shifted, but interior, everything works. Everything's functional. Car actually, funny enough, it drove into the shop. We still were able to drive it on its own power. It's a little crooked, obviously, but it still drove. So, honestly, all things considered, this car survived reasonably well, considering it's not a bloodbath, it's the onslaught that went on in the compound. The one-sided abuse. 3 black cop cars, 1 small white convertible. Am I sad? Not really. Like, I think this thing lived a great life. It
lived a great life. You're pronouncing death already.
It's not dead. It's just, you put them on ice for a bit and then you revive them, Like, it had its moment. It's a blaze of glory,
Yes.
You go out and you give it everything you got, and this car, honestly, just survived. I think it survived better than Tesla. It survived better than the freaking War Wagon that was on the same episode as us. Look at it. It's rearing to go again. I think if we just pop the rear arm back in, put some more coolant and a new radiator in, this thing will run. This thing will run all day.
Support back a little.
Yeah, maybe just hammer that back.
Yeah.
But, unfortunate I couldn't find the right exit, but honestly, let's focus on the car after this episode. Car survived remarkably well. Thank you, little S2000. The car will revive one way or another. We're not quite sure what we want to do with it just yet, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode of the Getaway as much as I did filming it. It was a lot of fun filming with all the friends, Gavin, Chris, and I get to meet Michelle. That was pretty cool. She handed me $2,000 and took away $5. Good times. All right, that's the kind of it. Thank you all very much for watching. Now I gotta clean up the car. See you all next time.